Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello everyone, I'm Karen.
And I'm Matt. Today we're looking at part 2 of our story called Peter Pan. So last time we read a little bit into this story and we got started with Peter Pan who flew into this home of the darling children and he couldn't find his shadow. So the darling daughter, Wendy, helped him to join with his shadow, and then she was invited by Peter Pan to go to Neverland along with her little brothers.
That's right, and so it's supposed to be like a magical place, right? And then children there never grew up. So let me ask you, Matt, if you have a chance, to be invited by Peter Pan, just under any circumstances, I don't know, but would you take the invitation and say, hey, I want to go there. I want to go to Neverland. So if I go there, I will never grow up.
Well, yeah, I think I would, but It would depend what age I was. I don't want to go too young.
Why?
Well, because you're not like as smart or as strong as you're going to be. So maybe I'd go when I was like 25.
Okay.
And then I'd still, be handsome and young. And I would stop aging so I would look young forever.
So I guess 25 is like a magic number, right? So it's like you are old enough to do basically everything you want to do, and you still look very good and very well and fit, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
I guess.
Would you go?
Yeah, I guess I would like to go too, but I would probably go when I'm 18.
Okay. Yeah.
I think maybe that would be a better age because I'm still very young and beautiful and old enough to do a lot of other things too.
Yeah, so I guess we would both go to Neverland if Peter Pan gives us that offer.
That's right, and I'll be 18 and you'll be 25.
Yeah.
Okay, that is perfect. Okay, let's get into today's story.
Peter put some of Tinker Bell's fairy dust on the darlings. Then they all flew out the window. They flew through the night to Neverland. There, Wendy, John, and Michael met the lost boys. They didn't have parents like Peter.
Hello everyone, today we are looking at part 2 of our story called Peter Pan.
That's right. Okay. Well, like you said, the first part, they're getting ready to go to Neverland because Peter invited Wendy and Wendy wants to bring her brothers along. So right now, I guess they're ready to go. But how are they going to get there? Are they going to take the car, take the bus? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Peter put some of Tinker Bell's fairy dust on the darlings. Ooh, okay, fairy dust. So basically fairy dust is a kind of like magical shimmering powder that gives you special power, sometimes to grant wishes, sometimes to give you the power or to the power to fly, the ability to fly. So I guess that's what they're gonna do, right?
Well, let's see. It says, then they all flew out the window. Okay, so this fairy dust has given them the ability to fly. They can all now fly, and that means to travel through the air. So they flew out the window. When we say something, you fly out of something, means that you leave from somewhere by flying or by traveling through the air. We can also use this to say that you are departing from a city by airplane. So for example, I flew out of Taoyuan Airport to go to Japan.
That's right. Okay, so now that we know that they are flying to Neverland, that does sound more and more exciting. Let's go to Tina first and we will be right back.
Hi, I'm Tina. 今天我们继续来看看彼得潘这个故事。彼得在达林家的孩子们身上撒了一些奇妙仙子的仙子粉。接着他们全都从窗户飞了出去。我们来看看文法。Fly out 飞出去。Fly 指的是飞行、飞翔，它的三态是 fly, flew, flown。比如说 The butterfly flew out the kitchen window。那只蝴蝶从厨房窗户飞了出去。 接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. Okay, we know that after Peter, sprinkled some fairy dust on the kids, and now they can all fly. Now the story continues. They flew through the night to Neverland. Ooh, so I guess they've been flying for a very long time. So we're looking at this word here, through, and that is a preposition. Through means moving into something at one side and out the other, or from the beginning to the end of a process. So we're talking about through the night. That means maybe from 12 a.m. all through the night until maybe like 5 or 6 a.m. So through the whole night they were flying. Now an example sentence would be, the children played outside all through the afternoon.
Okay, getting back to our story. There, Wendy, John, and Michael met the lost boys. They didn't have parents like Peter. Okay, so when we say there, we mean now that they are in Neverland, they're meeting with these lost boys. So to meet someone means to see and talk with someone for the first time. So in this case, they are seeing these boys that they have never seen before, and they are talking with them, getting to know them. Meet can also be used to mean to arrange to see someone. So if I say, I'm going to meet my friends later, that means, I already know them, but I've just planned to see my friends later.
That's right. So the lost boys, they didn't have parents like Peter, right? So Peter didn't have any parents either. I guess they're just wandering around Neverland by themselves on their own.
They can never grow up there and they don't have parents, so it sounds like a lot of fun to me.
You mean living your life without parents, without any rules at all. Okay, let's go over to Tina first.
达琳家的孩子们在夜色中飞向梦幻岛，在那里，温蒂、约翰和麦克遇见了迷失男孩。他们和彼得一样没有父母。我们来看看单字 through 介系词，在什么整个期间。The baby was so tired that he slept through the night. 小婴儿太累了，整个晚上都在睡觉。Meet 动词遇见，它的三态是 meet, met, met. I met my English teacher on my way to the supermarket this morning. 今天早上我在去超市的路上遇见了我的英文老师。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. Okay, so we are joining their adventure right now in Neverland, right? So they have arrived in Neverland and then they met the lost boys. And the lost boys were just like Peter, who didn't have any parents.
That's right. So I wonder what they're going to do with the lost boys now that they're there in Neverland. Sounds like they're going to have a lot of fun.
Sounds like they were going to have a lot of fun to me too.
We'll have to wait and find out after this break.
The Darlings had fun and exciting adventures with them and Peter. However, the Darlings also had to be careful of Captain Hook. He lost his hand to Peter in a fight. So, he and his group of pirates wanted to hurt Peter and his friends.
Welcome back. So before the break, the Darlings have arrived in Neverland and now they have met these lost boys. And they found out that the lost boys don't have parents and, well, neither does Peter Pan. So none of these boys who are living in Neverland have parents.
And now the Darlings are there too, and their parents are not there either. So basically just a bunch of children, a lot of them just having fun together, right? I guess it's party time. So the story continues. The Darlings had fun and exciting adventures with them and Peter. And of course, when you have a bunch of kids together without any adults, any rules, of course you're gonna have a great time, right?
I think so. However, the Darlings also had to be careful of Captain Hook.
They had to be careful of Captain Hook. We know that Captain Hook is a very, very famous pirate, right? But I wonder why they have to be careful of Captain Hook. I mean, they're just there having fun. What does Captain Hook want from them?
Well, pirates are dangerous. You should always be careful if there are pirates around, I think.
True, but pirates want treasure, right? But I don't think the children there have any treasure, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I guess we have to read on and find out.
All right, well, first, let's check in with Tina.
达伶家的孩子们、梦幻岛的孩子们，还有彼得一起经历了许多有趣又刺激的冒险。然而，达伶家的孩子们也必须提防虎克船长。我们来看看文法 ：Be careful of， 小心、注意。Careful 是形容词，指的是小心的、谨慎的。比如说 ，Please be careful of the wet floor after the rain。下雨后，请小心湿滑的地板。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. Okay, so before we went to Tina, we know that the children had to be careful of Captain Hook, but we don't really know why, right? So we're going to find out. Now, the story continues. He lost his hand to Peter in a fight. When you say he meaning Captain Hook. Captain Hook lost his hand to Peter in a fight. That's why one hand is just a normal hand and the other hand is being replaced by a hook. And that's why he has his name called Captain Hook, right?
Okay, so it's not his real name, it's just a name that was given to him because of his hook.
Exactly.
That's not very nice to call someone a name when they've lost their hand.
But that's true. However, though, I think that's a really cool name for a pirate. Okay, we're looking at this word here, fight. Now, fight, this word can be a noun or a verb. Now, as a noun, a fight is a struggle against someone or something. It can be like a physical battle or a disagreement with words, like fighting with somebody, arguing with somebody. It can also mean trying really hard to get something to overcome a problem. Now, an example sentence would be, my brother and I had a fight over whose turn it was to sit in the front seat. Now, as a verb, to fight means to use your physical force, weapons, or strong words to try to hurt or defeat or overcome someone or something. Now, an example sentence would be, the two playful puppies fought over the squeaky toy. Aw, that's cute.
All right, continuing with our story. So he, that means Captain Hook, and his group of pirates wanted to hurt Peter and his friends. Uh-oh. So he is mad because he has lost his hand in a fight to Peter, and now he wants to get his revenge. He wants to get back at Peter and his friends by trying to hurt them. So to hurt someone means to cause them pain, harm, or damage. So to hurt a person usually means you are causing them physical pain. It means you're doing something to their body which causes them to say, ouch, or to say, ow. That makes someone hurt, or you hurt someone by doing that. Hurt can also be related to emotional pain. So, for example, when someone is going through a breakup, a relationship is ending, that might hurt them, even though there's not actual physical pain.
You can hurt their feelings.
That's right, you can hurt someone's feelings by calling them Captain Hook when they just lost their hand in a fight.
That's right. Okay, let's go over to Tina first and we will be right back.
虎克船长在之前的一场打斗中被彼得弄断了一只手，因此虎克船长和他那群海盗想要伤害彼得和他的朋友。我们来看看单字 fight 名词，打斗、争吵。The two boys had a fight over the new toy. 那两个男孩为了那个新玩具吵了一架。Fight 也可以是动词，它的三态是 fight, fought, fought.The two dogs fought for the bone in the yard. 那两只狗在院子里为了骨头打了起来。Hurt 动词，伤害、弄痛。 它的三态是 hurt, hurt, hurt. Be careful with that knife, or you will hurt your hand. 用那把刀要小心，否则你会弄伤手。文法的部分刚刚提到了 A loses something to B，A 因为 B 而失去某物。这个用法惯用过去式。Lose 表示失去，它的三态是 lose, lost, lost. The old man lost his house to a big fire many years ago. 许多年前，那位老人因为一场大火而失去了他的房子。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. Okay, so we know that the kids have to be careful. The children need to be careful of Captain Hook because he's going to go after them. Not because they have treasure. It's because Peter actually hurt Captain Hook, right? Because he lost his hand to Peter in a fight. So maybe he wants revenge, right?
I guess so. And, well, if Captain Hook's already lost one fight, it might not be a good idea to fight Peter again.
Well, you never know. Maybe he will win next time. Well, for now, though, let's review the story again, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll find out what happens next time.
Peter put some of Tinker Bell's fairy dust on the darlings. Then they all flew out the window. They flew through the night to Neverland. There, Wendy, John, and Michael met the lost boys. They didn't have parents like Peter. The darlings had fun and exciting adventures with them and Peter. However, the darlings also had to be careful of Captain Hook. He lost his hand to Peter in a fight. So, he and his group of pirates wanted to hurt Peter and his friends.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 through 介系词，在整个期间 meet 动词，遇见 fight 名词，动词，打斗，争吵 hurt 动词，伤害，弄痛。接着我们来看文法的部分 fly out 飞出去 The bird flew out the door那只鸟从门口飞了出去。Be careful of 小心，注意。My mom taught me to be careful of strangers 我妈妈教我要小心陌生人。A loses something to B A 因为 B 而失去某事物。Tom lost his leg to a shark Tom 被鲨鱼咬掉了一条腿。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
I can't wait for the new K-drama to come out. My favorite actress is starring in it.
But I thought she was going to be second banana this time.
Second banana? Are you calling her a banana?
No, I don't literally mean a banana. It just means that she's in a supporting role this time. She's not the main lead actress.
All right. Too bad she's not the main star, but I still get to watch her.
Yeah, and who knows? She might end up stealing the show.
Hi everyone, today's phrase is second banana.
Right, it refers to someone who plays a supporting role rather than being the main star.
By contrast, a top banana refers to the most important or leading person in a group or activity, while a second banana is the person who comes next.
Exactly. So we often use it to describe someone in a secondary or subordinate role, whether in a film, company, or any other setting.
Here's an example sentence. He was happy being the second banana to the star actor in the play.
Or, she's tired of being second banana on the team, following orders instead of making decisions.
Remember, being the second banana doesn't make you any less valuable. It's about playing your role well and contributing to the team's success.
Exactly, and that's all for today.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.